The following program contains strong sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Today on an all-new Dr.Phill. She claims she was hunted.
She has said that up to 7 men were chasing her through the woods.
Couldn't walk.
For 6 years. My daughter was wheelchair bound.
And there's nothing wrong with her legs.
And had seizures. But are her claims true?
Anybody that challenges it, she has an episode. I'm going to go talk to Alicia. She might be getting ready to have a bunch of episodes. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, today is a really tough case, one that I'm going to try to unravel and get to the truth. And we hear things about false memories and suppressed memories, and memories that come back after time. And I'm not exactly sure what we're dealing with here today. And every story that we do here is a teaching tool for millions of people that are watching. And I take these very seriously. I look at them clinically, very carefully. We have an advisory board here. So we try to dissect these things. I think you're going to find this very interesting. Now, Kelly says that for years, her daughter, Alicia, has been on a downward spiral. And that includes spending more than 6 years in a wheelchair and having hundreds of seizures with paramedics being called to their home, sometimes almost daily. Now, Kelly says it's gotten so bad that her 24-year-old daughter has to sleep in their bed with them. But why? Well, Kelly claims all of this is caused by what Alicia describes as horrific sexual abuse that began at the age of 6. Now, Kelly says Alicia suffers from severe PTSD, and so she cannot be left alone for even a moment in case she has one of her episodes which leaves her unconscious, then dazed and confused.
My daughter Alicia was horrifically abused and consequently suffers terrible PTSD where she relives the physical, the sexual, and the emotional abuse of many men. Her life is at a standstill. She's totally dysfunctional and dependent. She'll lay in bed all day. She'll forget to take her meds.
I don't like taking the meds. I have an EpiPen with me in case anything happens. I have my weekly med trays. You have breakfast, lunch, supper, and bedtime.
We rarely can leave Alicia alone because she has many physical symptoms, chronic vomiting episode after another, allergic reactions, trouble breathing. Sometimes her tongue swells right out of her mouth. For 6 years, she was in a wheelchair. She lost the use of her legs. She has seizures. She passes out. Come on, baby. Mama's trying hard to be calm, but you need to help me, okay? Come on. Paramedics have been called daily. That's a good pressure. Yeah. She becomes unconscious. She dissociates, so she's actually reliving the horror of the abuse. So she'll be 6 years old in a trance, and she heads for the door yelling, "He's coming, he's coming." It's extremely difficult to watch my baby girl continually reliving these horrors. Taking care of Alicia is a 24/7 job. We're totally depleted. Alicia doesn't sleep by herself. My husband Richard will hold her until she falls asleep in our bed. We have invested everything we had into our daughter's care. We've had to remortgage the house. All our retirement savings have had to be cashed in. We have nothing left to give. If we had known about the abuse, she wouldn't be living all this. It was the most important job we had, and we failed miserably.
So what exactly does Alicia say happened to her all of those years ago? Now, she claims the horrific abuse included being raped by multiple men, hunted, run down in a forest by these men, kept in a basement, and being forced to watch animals being tortured and mutilated. Now, she says her life has been ruined by the PTSD and all of her medical issues, and she just wants everything to be normal. Take a look.
The abuse started when I was a little girl. I would be playing in the basement, and he would take me into the laundry room, and he would abuse me there. He would put me on his lap and practice certain songs over and over again, like Happy Birthday. As I was playing, he would be doing stuff to me. He would take me to a big house that was surrounded by woods, where I would be abused by not only him, but other men too. Sometimes he would hurt small animals and kill them, and then draw on me with their blood. To keep me quiet, he would say that he would do things to my brother. One of the things that he did would be shove my brother's face into a tub full of water. He would waterboard him. I have a lot of nightmares, night terrors, so I usually sleep with one of my parents.
Get up, Mommy. Come on.
Sometimes I'll wake up from a nightmare and I'll be having an attack. Sometimes it turns into uncontrollable vomiting and seizures. I've started to dissociate as an angry teenager acting out. I've left nasty messages to my doctors, and I have no recollection whatsoever. My biggest fear is not getting better, staying like this, that I won't be able to ever get a normal life.
You 100% believe that all of Alicia's symptoms are a result of the physical abuse that she says that she suffered, correct?
Absolutely.
You think everything flows from that?
Absolutely. When she was about 6, I knew something was wrong. Something just didn't feel right. She started having stomach problems. She started being very clingy, and I didn't recognize the clinginess. Now, in hindsight, I look back and it's like, oh, how couldn't I see that?
We now know that she now reports she was actually being sexually abused from ages 6 to 9 by someone outside the family.
That's right.
And then that stopped, 6 to 9, and it stopped.
Right.
Because access stopped.
That's right.
Okay, but then from 12
Yes.
to 15, access started again. So this molestation starts again. But at this point, she's never reported any of this to you or anyone else.
I still had no idea.
When was the first time she ever told anyone about this?
The nurse at the hospital on the psychiatric ward picked up on it through an essay that she wrote. So she admitted that, yes, there had been sexual abuse.
And she had been in the hospital 4 times at 16, and there had been no sexual abuse in any documentation.
We have tried everything we can
There's
to
not
help
any
her
mention
through.
of it, not even that nurse.
No.
Alicia's aunt, Suzanne, says she thinks that Alicia has gotten into a situation where she actually likes the attention that her countless and constant medical issues bring her. Plus, Alicia's younger brother, Chris, says he is tired of taking care of his sister. Well, we're going to meet Suzanne and Chris after the break, and I'm going to start unraveling this, at least from my point of view, and talking about what I think is going on here. We'll be right back.
I think Alicia might be addicted to attention. Alicia has been on so many medications, has seen so many doctors. Kelly is enabling Alicia by giving in to everything she wants.
And later...
We feel so guilty.
That's right. She has been in a wheelchair for 10 years, and there's nothing wrong with her leg.
Now, experience a non-invasive filler developed with dermatologists. New Rock Derm Correction Serum with our patented retinol formula. 97% had lines filled instantly and deep wrinkles reduced in 4 weeks. It's clinically proven.
She's hungry, he's hungry, they're hungry. That's why at Purdue, we're always hungry for better tasting chicken. So we use all vegetarian feed and no antibiotics ever. Because when chicken is raised right, it tastes like nothing else in this world. Purdue, hungry for better chicken.
Across the globe, the vast majority of children with cancer will die. Those children deserve so much better. The thing we are called to do is to make sure that those children are surrounded by people who know how to provide the very best care possible.
I've always been prone to hair thinning.
I was getting older.
I was under a lot of stress.
I started taking Nutrafol.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement.
I am back to me.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Slotomania, the #1 free slots game, presents Slotomania's New Year's celebration. Download now to get your first 23 wins multiplied and enjoy 1 million coins plus a piggy for free. Slotomania, what will today spin?
Junk sleep got you all jumbled up? It's Mattress Firm's new bed, new you sale. Save up to $500 on the sleep you deserve. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase. Only at Mattress Firm.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With hundreds of EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet.
BetterHelp provides various options to connect with your therapist.
We can do this via video, we can do this as a chat, we can do this over the phone. So whatever is most convenient for the client is really what's going to help them open up more at the end of the day.
I have learned that I really do believe in the best of people. And I do really believe that people are stronger sometimes than they think they are, even themselves.
What kind of dog do you have? Turns out 72% of people don't really know for sure. Decode your dog's story with an Embark Dog DNA test. Unlock over 350 breeds, reveal their family tree, and screen for over 230 genetic health risks. Give your dog the best care with the highest rated dog DNA test. Save today with promo code DECODED on an Embark Dog DNA test. Visit EmbarkVet.com.
You don't want to miss.
You have a dark soul. Oh, I'm gonna get past it.
You are changing lives. This, I'm very concerned about you. Love and Marriage Huntsville, New Reunion Part 3, Saturday at 8/7 Central.
Kelly claims her daughter Alicia's life has been overtaken by medical issues that she believes stems from years of alleged sexual abuse. Now, Suzanne says her sister Kelly could be adding to Alicia's problems by spending every waking moment attending to her daughter's needs.
Alicia is causing havoc on her family. Her behavior ranges from being ill and having attacks to rage. Kelly and Rick are constantly being yelled at by her. Police have been called for her getting angry, fighting with her brother. There was a time Alicia got upset with Chris's friend. Alicia stomped on his foot. Alicia, she has been on so many medications, has seen so many doctors, has been to so many hospitals. I think Alicia might be addicted to attention.
The doctors tell us she's not reacting for attention. Her body is being held hostage.
Kelly is enabling Alicia by giving in to everything she wants.
We try and be there for her.
Some of the enabling keeps her in that state of victim.
The heart says, you weren't there when she fell before. You should be there now.
I don't think she survived this abuse as a child to give up on herself as an adult. Alicia told me about a dog being microwaved and some of the body parts of the dog being used for the sexual abuse. Some of the stories are horrific, like they're unimaginable. She was basically pimped out to the friends. This situation is completely debilitating to her. I think she needs to move on. People are running around after Alicia constantly. The stress of it might kill Kelly and Rick. Rick has had anxiety attacks. Somebody's going to end up having a heart attack. Somebody's going to die.
Alicia's younger brother, Chris, is also here. Now, he says he and his sister, well, he says they aren't even speaking right now, and he is tired of taking care of her, and now he's starting to have flashbacks too.
My sister is very abusive verbally and physically. I'm just mad at the fact that she can't take responsibility for what she does that is wrong. She basically acts like a 5-year-old. I've heard her talk about her abuse, but I have not talked to her personally about it. When I was 4 years old, the abuser held my head underwater in the bathtub so that my sister would comply with him. Right now, I'm not even talking to my sister. If she tries to talk to me, I just ignore her and walk out the house. I cannot deal with that amount of stress in my life.
You believe that whatever happened here has overtaken this whole family?
The family is definitely overtaken by everything.
Do you agree, Chris?
Our family's destroyed. There's no other way of putting it.
The stress has gotten to you, Dad, right? It's, I mean,
Yes,
it's
sir.
starting to pile up on you.
Yep. We can't even have a normal day at work without us getting into a fight because of all the stress.
And she's remembering more and more every night when she goes to sleep.
Right. And I put together kind of a timeline of the alleged abuse in the most general sense. At 6 years old, the alleged abuse begins and stops at 9. Then at 12 years old, access is gained again and it restarts. Then at 15 years old, it stops, but we now, medical 23 times, lots of pain control, follow-ups, okay? At 16 years old, this is when she supposedly admits the abuse to a nurse. She denies sexual abuse on discharge, but the diagnosis is conversion disorder and anxiety.
Correct.
But we're going to come back to this conversion disorder. At 17 years old, she's now in a wheelchair and she's going to remain there until she's 22. Now, to the hospital staff, she says that she's been molested and threatened at school in the bathroom.
Yes.
Okay, and that she was raped on the family trip at the campground.
Correct.
Okay, and the abuser that supposedly raped her here at the campground is this same abuser from down here.
Yes, it is.
That shows up at the campground.
That's right.
Okay, and she was taken to the hospital and a rape kit was performed.
Correct.
And what happened about the results of the rape kit?
I don't know what the results were.
You know the result.
Yes.
The result was what?
There was no physical evidence.
So the police do a rape kit, and the result is she was not raped in the bathroom at the campground. That's their conclusion,
yes,
based on the science of the rape kit.
That's correct.
All right, at 20, there's a new current therapist, and more memories start showing up. So at 22, she starts dissociating.
Yes.
So that means if this gets too close to her, then it's kind of what lay people would call a split personality.
Right.
Okay, at 24, which is now, she's a functional paraplegic without any neurological cause.
Correct.
Okay, which means that she's experiencing certain paralysis for which there is no known neuroanatomical structure to explain the paralysis.
That's right.
There's absolutely no reason
Right.
that she would have paralysis, but she does.
Right.
She has said that up to 7 men were chasing her through the woods and would catch her and gang rape her.
Correct.
People gonna talk in DC.
Yo, we coming.
They're claiming the Samuels are looking to divorce.
Him and his dad are not speaking.
Wait. Welcome.
We're gonna be out on our own little island. It's called peace.
I'm gonna go before I whip your
The
ass.
sisterhood just went out the window.
I'm back. And own them. And again, and again, and again.
Love and Marriage DC returns Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central. You don't want to miss.
You have a dark soul. I'm gonna get past it.
You are changing lives.
This.
I'm very concerned about you.
Love and Marriage Huntsville New Reunion Part 3, Saturday at 8/7 Central.
I'm your glitchy Wi-Fi, and I've decided, well, if you're on vacation, I am too. Which means your smart home isn't so smart.
Sprinkler on.
And now I'm sending mixed signals to your garage. But if you haven't bundled your home in auto coverage, trying to unpack this isn't going to be too much fun. Hey, check the router. So get Allstate. Be better protected from mayhem while saving up to 25% when you bundle home and auto.
She's hungry. He's hungry. They're hungry. That's why at Purdue, we're always hungry for better tasting chicken. So we use all vegetarian feed and no antibiotics ever. Because when chicken is raised right, it tastes like nothing else in this world. Purdue, hungry for better chicken.
Y'all, Wayfair has just what you need for your home.
Is that glitter? Simple is when it's last leg.
Y'all need this.
You're Kelly Clarkson.
A whole new look for a whole lot less.
You're Kelly Clarkson.
I am. And you need this.
I love it.
Are we in a Wayfair commercial?
Maybe.
Personal sauna?
Okay, I need that.
Wayfair, you've got just what I need.
Thank you. Next.
Can I return this love-hate relationship with cookies?
Of course. Do you want to return them both or just the hate?
I can just return the hate?
Yep.
I love that. Hate the hate.
Hate the hate.
I hate the hate.
Hate the hate.
Learn how to eat all the foods you love, even cookies, brownies, and desserts, and still lose weight. Weight Watchers can teach you how. Start today at www.com.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. Connect on a sweeter level.
I had been struggling with depression for most of my life. Starting medication saved me. Through hers, getting a prescription 100% online has never been simpler. It was an important choice that I'm so glad I made.
Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can? I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it.
Over 100 million Americans have a low credit score. Self is a new way to build credit that doesn't require a credit score. Plus, Self helps you save money every month and reports your payments to all 3 credit bureaus. Download the app today.
Calm. Download the free app now.
Let the chips fall where they may.
There are some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
In terms of the molestation, she has said that she was taken to the woods, to a cabin in the woods.
Yes.
And part of it was kind of a hunting hide and seek where up to 7 men were chasing her through the woods.
Right.
And would catch her and gang rape her.
Correct.
And she was how old at the time?
6, 7, or 8.
Okay, 6, 7, or 8. So 7 men gang rape her in the woods, but you never saw any evidence of it when you bathe her or...
Well, but that's the time that she started saying, Mom, I want to take my own bath.
Okay.
And I thought, well, that's normal, I guess. You know, she's growing
listen,
up.
And I don't want to be... The worst thing in the world that can happen to someone that has been molested is for the people that are their soft place to fall to not believe them.
Right.
What a horrible thing. People you go to keep you safe, not believe you.
Right.
On the other hand,
yeah,
if a 6-year-old says she's been hunted in the woods and gang raped by 7 men, it would be pretty hard to miss what the physical impact of that would be on a child.
Right.
Right? I mean, we're talking torn tissues and hemorrhaging and ruptures, and
right.
it'd just be horrific.
Yeah.
She said she was abused in the basement, abused in the laundry room. There was a bed. She witnessed her brother being waterboarded, that Russian roulette was played, dogs and cats were killed, dismembered, bones were used to paint her with blood. She was taken to different homes to be abused. She had to keep the other kids quiet.
And pimped out because she witnessed him taking money from these other men before they had their turns.
She has said that she is prostituted out for kids not being quiet. She was forced to have sex with other children.
Correct.
And have any of those other children come forward?
Not yet.
She's told me that she was in charge of helping them know what to do.
And that bleach was used to clean her up.
Correct.
Okay. Now,
but Christopher is starting to remember the physical abuse. So even if we don't believe all of it, there's some credence when a second child is saying, yeah, but I'm having nightmares.
Okay. Well, she has said that there was a girl that was shot in the ankles, right?
Yes.
Have you,
I've only just heard of that in the last couple of months.
And have you seen that girl with the...
I've never, no.
Okay. And what you remember is from 4 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what's come back at this point. And you remember having your head held in the water?
Yes, I remember him. I remember his hand on the back of my head, getting my head shoved into the water, and hearing my sister scream for him to let me go. And when I have these flashbacks when I'm sleeping, I can actually feel the water going down my throat.
Yeah. Very, very sorry that you're experiencing that. Alicia claims that her abuse was so severe that now she has almost daily episodes that include fainting, seizures, her tongue swelling up so much that she gasps for breath. And a lot of these things that I mentioned, conversion. And I'm going to talk about what that means when we come back. And I'm going to talk about what I think's going on with the family. Then I am going to talk to Alicia in a bit, but we'll be back.
That sounds like us. How do we get away from that?
I'm not through.
Okay.
So
we're trapped there.
Closed captioning provided by...
Bedtime is rough, and we'll go to extremes to fall asleep. Tempur-Pedic adapts to your body's needs to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. So head to Ashley to find your perfect Tempur-Pedic and get 0% interest for 60 months.
When you find your reason to go on, let it pull you past the doubt, past the pain, and past your limits. No matter what, we go on BioFreeze.
How do you grow hair? Look to the sea. From marine proteins and rich vitamins, Viviscal supplements were born. One powerful pill, helping millions of women like you to regrow their hair thicker, fuller. Viviscal has been proven effective in over 10 clinical studies. It's your turn. Viviscal, proven to grow.
We've all been there. All of a sudden, your check engine light comes on. Insurance covers your vehicle from accidents, But did you know it doesn't cover expensive breakdowns? If your manufacturer's warranty is expired or is about to run out, you'll be on the hook for unexpected repairs. A broken AC unit costs over $1,800, transmission over $3,000, and an engine over $4,000. Breakdowns used to mean paying thousands out of pocket, until now.
As a mechanic, I always recommend my customers have an auto protection plan. You never know when a breakdown can strike, and you need coverage you can count on. Endurance has been putting money back in Americans' pockets for nearly 2 decades, and their plans are crafted by real auto experts like me. That's why they're the only company I trust.
No matter how many miles your car has, if it's under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered. That means insurance plus Endurance equals total protection. If you break down, just choose the local repair shop you trust. Endurance pays them directly. No complicated paperwork, no checks in the mail. Endurance takes care of all of it for you. Your plan even covers 24/7 roadside assistance. If you break down, Endurance jumps your battery, tows, delivers gas, changes a flat, unlocks your car, and more. Call now and we'll upgrade you to an Endurance Elite membership free with thousands of dollars of benefits at no extra cost. Endurance is the #1 trusted expert in vehicle protection, recommended by Consumer Affairs and highly rated by customers on major review sites. We offer affordable down payments, low monthly plans, flexible terms, and a money-back guarantee. At Endurance, we administer our own plans, meaning no middleman and no runaround.
So don't drive another second without auto protection from the experts at Endurance.
Call 800-613-8204 for a free price quote. That's 800-613-8204.
People gonna talk in D.C.
They're claiming the Samuels are looking to divorce.
I'm back and own them. And again, and again, and again.
Love and Marriage DC returns Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central.
Come on, open book.
Okay, open book.
The 3-part reunion concludes.
She is the definition of the devil. You have a dark soul. Oh.
Damn, Tisha.
Damn.
You don't want to miss.
Oh, you talking about when you hacked his phone?
What the f?
Oh, I'm gonna get past it.
You are changing so many lives.
This.
I'm very concerned about you.
Love and Marriage Huntsville New Reunion Part 3, Saturday at 8/7 Central.
Let the chips fall where they may. There are some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
Okay, no one doubts that Alicia is suffering from debilitating anxiety, maybe PTSD. Her mother, Kelly, admits the lines could be blurred between Alicia's flashbacks, alleged abuse, and reality. Take a look.
When Alicia reported the abuse to the police, they could not find any physical evidence of any of the abuse. It becomes he said, she said. They never charged the man. They had to let him go. We're not convinced that they even believe her. The kids at school used to say, oh, she's faking. When we were on a family vacation at a campground, we had just arrived, and she reported that she was attacked in the washroom by the same man. The police were called in. She had to be transported to the hospital for a rape kit. We weren't sure if she was having a flashback or the attacks were actually happening as she was reporting them.
I've never heard of Alicia being raped at a campground. I have heard about Alicia saying that she saw him. I don't know whether it's true. I think because she's reliving this, it's difficult to tell reality from what's actually happening.
Alicia says, no, it really did happen, and he really was there, but we don't have the physical proof.
What could be causing this? Well, first off, one possibility is malingering, what's called malingering. Now, malingering is the intentional reporting of fabricated symptoms motivated by clearly recognizable goal, like money, avoiding responsibilities, or obtaining drugs. That's just when somebody's just making it up.
Okay.
Now, I can't diagnose your daughter because, first off, I've never met her.
Right.
And when I do, in order to properly diagnose her, I would probably need a couple of weeks to do that. So it would be improper and unethical for me to attempt to do that. But I'm going to tell you what process I would go through, and I could tell you that malingering would be crossed off my list instantly.
Okay.
I don't think your daughter is faking for 1 second. I believe something has happened to your daughter. I believe that at some level, she has been violated in some way.
Right.
I would then consider what is called somatic symptom disorder. And somatic symptom disorder is when someone has abnormal thoughts or feelings and behaviors in response to perceived physical symptoms, even when there is evidence to the contrary. Like you're paralyzed, but there's evidence to the contrary. There's no reason for you to be paralyzed. And there are characteristics that go with that. There's disproportionate and persistent thoughts about the seriousness of one's symptoms, persistently high level of anxiety about health or symptoms, and there's excessive time and energy devoted to these symptoms or health concerns.
Oh, that sounds like us. How do we get away from that?
I'm not through.
Okay.
Okay, so
we're trapped there.
Okay, then also what would be on my short list of considerations is conversion disorder.
Yes.
And every hospitalization you've had has talked about this.
Yes.
One way or another. And it's also called functional neurological symptom disorder, and it has 4 basic characteristics. A, 1 or more symptoms of altered voluntary muscle or sensory function, like voluntary muscle movements. B, clinical findings provide evidence of incompatibility between the symptoms and recognized neurological or medical conditions. So whatever the symptom is, it's incompatible with the body. It's like if somebody has an L5 disc and they say their shoulder hurts, no.
Right, it doesn't
L5
work.
goes down the leg, not up the leg. It's incompatible.
Right.
Okay. C, the symptom or deficit is not better explained by some other medical or mental disorder.
Right.
And D, the symptom or deficit causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning.
All of the above, check, check,
So,
check, check.
and these, you can have these multiple diagnoses, and they can all fit. If 7 men hunted her down in the woods and gang raped her, here's some good news. That didn't happen.
Oh, thank you.
Closed captioning provided by...
Starting Friday. You gotta get with it or get lost. Ready to Love returns with new episodes, followed by the new series, All the Single Ladies.
You ladies have decided?
I am apprised. Friday at 8/7 Central. Part of Real Drama Weekends on OWN.
I was always the competitive one in our family, till my sister signed up for United Healthcare Medicare Advantage.
Wow.
Now she's got a whole team to help her get the most out of her plan.
Wow.
With coverage that's better than ever for dental, vision, prescription drugs, and more.
Advantage me.
Can't wait till I turn 65.
AARP Medicare Advantage plans, only from United Healthcare. Take advantage now at uhc.com/Medicare.
The ABCs of CKD. A is for awareness, because knowing that your chronic kidney disease and type 2 diabetes could progress to dialysis is important. B is for belief that there may be more you can do. Just remember that K is for kidneys and Kerendia. For adults living with CKD and type 2 diabetes, Kerendia is proven to reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis. Kerendia is a once-daily tablet that treats CKD differently than type 2 diabetes medications to help slow the progression of kidney damage and reduce the risk of cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks. Do not take Kerendia if you have problems with your adrenal glands or take certain medications called CYP3A4 inhibitors. Kerendia can cause hyperkalemia, which is high potassium levels in your blood. Ask your doctor before taking products containing potassium. Kerendia can also cause low blood pressure and low sodium levels. So now that you know your ABCs, remember K is for kidneys. And if you need help slowing kidney damage, ask your doctor about Kerendia.
Rebag. The way luxury resale should be. A curated selection of investment pieces to treasure today or sell tomorrow, Discover one-of-a-kind finds, verified by experts. Access limitless luxury, and instantly refresh your collection. Reinvest. Reinvent. Rebag. Get 10% off your first purchase at Rebag.com with code REBAGTV.
My day job is as an author relations manager for a publisher. You know, I'm in books and I think about stories all the time. The St. Jude story, it's a beautiful, beautiful story that you can't make up. Fundraising and raising awareness for St. Jude is not just helping kids in the United States, it's helping kids all over the world. And that's a huge deal. What I do really does make an impact. So I love what I do for St. Jude, and I just know that I'm in the right place.
You don't want to miss.
You have a dark soul.
Oh, I'm gonna get past it.
You are changing lives.
This.
I'm very concerned about you.
Love and Marriage Huntsville, New Reunion Part 3, Saturday at 8/7 Central.
Let's assume she was a paraplegic.
Yes.
And it wasn't conversion. It wasn't something that she was creating through her belief system.
Come back.
Let's assume she really was a paraplegic.
Right.
You are babying her
Yes.
to the point that you are crippling her. If she truly was a paraplegic, you are crippling her further.
Because we feel so guilty.
That's right. You're treating her that way to make yourselves feel better and causing her to not be able to function because you're parenting her out of guilt. She has been in a wheelchair for 10 years, and there's nothing wrong with her legs. And these memories that are being dredged up here, let me tell you.
I don't know how Kelly...
If 7 men hunted her down in the woods and gang raped her, here's some good news. That didn't happen.
Oh, thank you.
Now, does that mean somebody did not touch her inappropriately in some way? No, that doesn't mean it didn't happen. And more than likely, something probably did happen.
We don't know what to do to get her out of it.
Well,
other than scream, Dr. Phil.
The first thing you got to do is start being honest with yourself. I asked you about the rape kit.
Yes.
You said, well, I'm not sure. Yes, you're sure.
Okay.
You know that the damn rape kit was negative.
Okay.
Stop telling yourself you don't know. Was she raped at the campground?
No, she was not.
Okay. That doesn't mean she's a liar. That just means that she's having trouble separating reality from fantasy right now. We have to help her with that. And what you said is anybody that challenges it, she has an episode.
Yes.
Okay, so she might be getting ready to have a bunch of episodes. And
it's going to be an entertaining
We'll learn to deal
hour.
with that too. You know what? I'm going to take a break and I'm going to go talk to Alicia. And again, please hear this. I do not mean to trivialize that something very likely happened to her. And the fact that something happened to her, does it really matter whether it was this, or this? In a sense, no. What matters is that if she is distorting it in her mind, then you don't ever get to what you actually need to heal. If some jerk touched her and violated her, that's terrible. We need to focus on that, and we need to deal with that. It doesn't need to be embellished to get everybody's attention fully and completely. Now, I'm going to speak to her backstage because of what I just said. Anytime she's confronted or challenged, she has an episode and shuts down. She either dissociates and regresses, or she has a seizure. And this isn't about having a circus here in front of the audience. I'm going to speak to her privately backstage. You'll see it on the screens here. We do have medics on standby back there to be sure she's protected. So I'm going to go talk to her, hopefully in a very calm fashion, and see if we can get somewhere. We'll be right back. Hey. Alicia, Dr. Phill.
Let the chips fall where they may. There are some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
If you Walmart, you know. With everyday low prices, your dollar goes even further. So you can do more with the people you love. You spend a little less to get a little more. To make life a little better.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
NetSpend notification?
Yep, just got paid. Direct deposit to my NetSpend card.
NetSpend All Access account, an FDIC insured account for your everyday mobile banking needs. No cost to open, no credit check, and no minimum balance. Get started today at netspend.com.
Max. No, Max! Max! Max!
Dogs don't know what's good for them. Luckily, you do. Greenie's Dental Treats.
Even before the pandemic, my visiting Angel's caregiver has been by my side. I would be lost without her, and my daughter doesn't have to worry about me like she used to. My visiting angel makes sure I'm safe and sound in my own home. She's not just a caregiver. She's essential to me and my family.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Hers knows what it feels like. Trying to outcope anxiety. We've tried it all. Breathing through it. Walking through it. Light therapy, massage therapy, DIY therapy, talking to our moms, our friends, our moms' friends. All with the best of intentions, but not always with the best results. That's why hers offers access to mental health care and medication to help you do more than just cope. When you've tried it all, it's time for mental health care through hers.
You don't want to miss.
You have a dark soul.
Oh, I'm gonna get past it.
You are changing lives.
This.
I'm very concerned about you.
Love and Marriage Huntsville, New Reunion Part 3, Saturday at 8/7 Central.
For the past 10 years, Alicia has suffered from seizures, is in constant pain, and even spent time in a wheelchair. Now, Alicia says she is haunted by the abuse that she claims happened to her as a child. Now, I have no doubt that something has happened to her. The important thing is to narrow down to what reality is so that can be focused on and healed. Now, she's in the green room, and I'm going to talk to her now. Hey.
Hi.
Alicia, Dr. Phill.
Hi.
How are you? Doing all right? I wanted to talk to you privately in here. I thought it would be easier. There was one thing I heard and picked out of your interview is you saying, I feel smothered, I want to be more independent.
I want my life back, to be able to have healthy relationships, to have a family, to get a job.
And my goal is to get you back there.
That's what I want.
let's see what we can agree on, so I know how to start aiming some stuff. You would agree that you have had trauma, right? Would you agree that you have PTSD from that trauma? And would you agree that that PTSD is keeping you from moving forward?
Yes.
It just so happens that the chairman of the Dr.Phill Advisory Board, I think, in my opinion, and probably consensus-wise, the leading PTSD expert in the world, Dr. Frank Lawless. And what he has discovered in working with veterans that are coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran is that there are some really significant neurological components to PTSD in terms of having to reshape the electrical patterns in the brain. And unless and until you do that, all the talking therapies in the world are not going to be nearly as effective. And he has agreed specifically to work with you and your current team to really help you take some giant steps forward regarding the PTSD.
That would be amazing.
Now, have they talked to you about conversion?
Yes.
So you know that your mind's playing tricks on your body. And you know that your mind can create scenes and images where it takes a little piece of this and a little piece of that and a little piece of this and put together a whole new painting that may be something that didn't happen at all, but it's pieces of things that did happen. So that has to be unraveled. And anxiety gets in the way because anxiety is a loop, a neurological loop in the brain. It's like going around a racetrack that doesn't have any exit ramp, but that's where the neurological gets involved. So I'm here to ask you this. Two things. Number one, if I can get your parents to back off, please. I mean back off and quit babying you so much and let you be the intelligent young woman you are you willing to let them and give them permission and encourage them to do that?
Yes.
And two, if we take you to the cutting edge of working with your brain and approaching neurologically this PTSD in concert with your current treatment team, are you willing to get on the cutting edge and do that?
Yes, I'm willing to do anything to get things to change. I want to be able to be part of society.
But we don't know exactly what happened to you, but we know something happened to you, right? No doubt about that. Your parents feel guilty because they missed it. Do you blame your parents for missing that?
I've never held it against them. I never have, and I never will.
Would you like to stay here, or would you like to walk out with me to your parents and tell them you're ready to move on?
I can go talk to my parents.
You want to go out there with me? All right. Let's do it. Closed captioning provided by...
Let the chips fall where they may. There are some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. With Skyrizi, most people who achieve 90% clearer skin at 4 months had lasting clearance through 1 year. Serious allergic reaction. Help you save.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad. You've been in there forever.
I'm trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
I told you not to get the other toilet paper. Here's the new Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, new Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
Okay, hon. We know you're clean. We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
settlement, and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
2 words. Never settle. For anything less than fabulous, glamorous, and exactly what you want. Because when something fits great, you feel great. Discover the power of style at dia.com.
This was me before, and this is me now. 3 kids later and 3 C-sections later, I had a completely different body. And I'll be honest, I tried everything to fade the look of my stretch marks. And then I was introduced to the Maylee's B-Flat Belly Firming Cream. This product works. It literally works. I feel like it's changed my life, honestly, because I feel so confident in my skin. Get free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee only at Maylees.tv.
Welcome, baby, to the world of plants with organic Gerber Plant-tastic, Gerber's first range of plant protein recipes for little ones. Made from yummy beans, grains, and veggies. Make their world plant-tastic.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. Connect on a sweeter level.
You don't want to miss.
You have a dark soul.
Oh, I'm gonna get past it. You are changing lives. This, I'm very concerned about you. Love and Marriage Huntsville, New Reunion Part 3, Saturday at 8/7 Central.
Still watching the conversation and all right?
Yes, thank you.
I asked her if she can forgive you all. She said she never blamed you to begin with.
I know. We blame ourselves.
And joining us on Polycom is Dr. Frank Lawless. He is chairman of the Dr.Phill Advisory Board. He's the co-founder of the Lawless Peavy P&P Center. And as I said, in my opinion, and I think a wide consensus, is probably the leading PTSD expert in the world today. Dr. Lawless, we agree that she has excellent care, so we're not being critical of the care that she has at all, but in an added dimension, you think it's important to deal with the neurological aspects of this PTSD, correct?
That's right. What we see a lot in PTSD is what is considered to be a vital part of the emotional or limbic system. Because of the pain, the emotional pain, it becomes, it basically hijacks the rest of the limbic system, which causes this emotional flow and inhibits any kind of forward motion and basically reverses it. So what we want to do is we want to resolve the emotional pain, and we want to lower the anxiety so she's able to begin to move and progress.
Yeah. And see, here's the thing. When we say that your mind is playing tricks on your body, the point is people think, well, that's psychological. You know, she's got psychological issues. And clearly she does, because when you've experienced molestation, for example, that's an open wound that needs to be healed. But when I say that there's neurological aspects of it, the actual structures of the brain change.
Right.
And no matter how much you grit your teeth, right, no matter how much willpower you've got, until you change that back the way it needs to be, you're not going to be able to overcome the issues that you have. I think this is going to be a changing day in your life, and I think he's going to be a big part of it. Okay? All right. I want to thank all of my guests for being here today, and a special thanks to Dr. Frank Lawless.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for making this happen.